Shoe shopping wasn't one of Kevwe's favorite things. She had to browse the market longer to find the right fit for her size 43 feet, and when she did, it was usually more expensive than smaller sizes of the same shoe. Kevwe knew exactly where the shoe pinches, and she had a plan to fix it.
I started learning how to make shoes in 2008. I attended a launcher church program, MFM to be precise. And then the GO was like, he wanted his youth to be independent. He didn't want his girls prostituting, and he didn't want his boys Tkevwe. So he decided that he was going to give everybody the opportunity to learn a skill. In church, we just taught just one design, like this is how to make a slippers, this is how to make a sandal, this is how to make a shoe, and this is how to sew. Like just like because we had more people that wanted to, and we were so much, and there's no way we had just one machine, one last one of everything. Then so they just only taught us like this is about shoes. When you talk about shoes, we have like 50 different designs. We have loafers, we have sneakers, we have drivers, we have Chelsea boots. You have, so even for slippers, you have different kinds of slippers. So you needed to learn everything because you can't just keep giving your customers just one particular design. You needed to be versatile and know other things. So I learned for 6 months in the church, after which I had to go to the streets to be able to make different to be versatile. I had to go to the street and see what was happening, how it's been done, how you can make a market, how you can make a life out of it. And that was when I met Mr. Adebayo Azan, who taught me different aspects that we were not taught in church and showed me how to make money out of it.
Her startup story is genius. Kevwe utilized a 5,000 naira gift cash from her mother at her Sango Ota camp in Ogun State, trained over 100 core members, and made a total of 125,000 naira during her service year.
My mommy gave me the capital to start up. Gave me like 5K. And that was not enough. When I told her, because she wasn't so happy, when I was like, she was like, you went to school, you didn't want to learn shoemaking. So it doesn't look as if she didn't give me anything. She gave me 5K. But as of the time I was to start making the shoes, I was already saving. So, and then this side program, this skill, I'm sure you know about side program, skill acquisition and entrepreneurial development came up under, I think that was 2011, 2012, whenever I was 7. So they wanted me to teach at my local government when they knew I could make shoes. So they wanted me to teach, and they told me how to make shoes. So it was more like they thought I was already established because they saw how I was going about the footwear business. So they felt I was already established, and then they told me I should bring the machines. And I told them, oh, I'm sorry, I can't bring my own machines because I knew I didn't have any. But I told them, okay, we could always rent. So they were like, how much is it going to cost us? And I said, okay, so rent the filing machine, would you 1,000 naira? They were like, okay, they were going to need it for 2 weeks, and the machine was about 20K. So they gave me money for 2 weeks, 14,000. I added the 5K my mommy gave me, and then I think I was able to raise 1,000 naira myself. So I got that machine. That was the first thing. I rented it to them basically. So after they finished using it for 14 days, it became mine.
Like a chess player, she continued to make strategic business moves like partnering with her tutor rather than bearing all the risk of running a business alone. But how do they share the profits?
In a year, I think I make nothing less than 500K. It could be higher. It could be higher. It could be higher. We do it based on commission because, like I said, the orders are not coming like sometimes we might not have any order in a week. So if I was to be paying him salary, it will not work well, it will not go down well for me. So, but what I do is according to the orders that we have, I pay him on commission basis, pay like 60-40.
The male-dominated terrain of shoemaking has got to resist a female entrant, or not? I've
not encountered any gender bias ever since. It has always been, you're a lady, you make shoes, okay, make one for me. That's always been the story. And then being in a male-dominated field, I think to me it has been more favor all the way because it was like, okay, even sometimes when I get to where guys are waiting to maybe to sew their leather or whatever, you just then also whenever perhaps sometimes when you don't have light and you want to go and use another person's shop, and I get there and I meet a man on the machine And you'll be like, don't worry, you can sit and I'll help you. So it has always been in favor all the way. Maybe because they appreciate the fact that a lady is actually taking out the time, because they know how stressful the work can be. And then they are like, a lady, once you do this, it means then she knows what she wants or she knows what she's doing.
What would you say is your unique selling point? I mean, that very thing that sets your business apart from several other shoemakers in Lagos.
What makes this business special is the fact that I'm timely. You choose your time, you choose your color combo. Like this is, for example, you're seeing maybe a Gucci shoe or a normal shoe in green and you want yours in black. I'll give it to you just the way you want it. So it's all about customer's preference, and that is what keeps any business running. Once I satisfy my customers, I give them what they want and how they want it. It's not as if you're bringing a shoe with a straight nose and I'm giving you the one with a bent nose or with a crooked finishing, and I make sure that my finishing is top notch. That's the basic thing that makes my business stand out.
But how far can Tkevwe really go to satisfy a customer?
One of the most challenging shoes I made was one orange shoe. I think it's on my Instagram page. The shoe had a wedge inside, and it was for a lady with a big feet. Now the issue we have is that when it comes to getting high shoes for ladies with big feet, we don't really have much of that here. So I had to cut something like a higher material that would give me the same look like what I was supposed to get from the market. So I had to cut it out, and then having to fix it was kind of difficult because it was not going to be showing outside, it was going to be inside. So nobody knows she's wearing a high shoe because it was going to be embedded inside the shoe.
Wow.
So
that sounds complex.
Yeah, it was.
How long did it take?
Yeah, it took I think I gave her 2 weeks, but it took me almost a month.
She buys her shoemaking materials from Mushin, one of Nigeria's major markets for shoe wear. But where do these materials come from? Are they made in Nigeria or otherwise?
The materials are all imported. We have some local ones that are made here.
Okay.
Or basically, most of what we use are imported from Italy, China, and one or two other Spain and some other places.
So how do you compare raw materials that are imported from the ones that are made locally in Nigeria?
There's a particular smell that comes with our locally produced leather. You know, we don't have the finish the way the imported ones. The imported ones, you know, they are processed very well, so it does not come with some kind of smell and some. But the local ones here, and they are not as sometimes in terms of thickness, they're not as thick as the imported one. And sometimes in terms of quality, they are not as good as. It's not saying we don't have some good items, but everybody to be able to get that perfect finish to look like for your customers to be able to pay the amount of money you want them to pay, or to give it to them, to give them something that is distinctive, something that will not make anybody look down or on the shoe they are having on. We always make sure we use top-notch materials, which are mostly imported.
In the first quarter of 2018, Tkevwe's signatures made over 120 pairs of shoes, but she says they could do better with more resources.
Some people do more than that. Some people make that in a month. Some people do that in a month, but because you can see where I am, it's not like outside there, and I still need to do more as regards adverts. Because if on a normal day, at least every day, you should roll out nothing less than 5 to 6 pairs. So 5 to 6 pairs times 30 is about 150 in a month. So, and I've been able to do that from January till now. So which means that the sales is low. But as soon as I start getting the adequate amount of publicity, and then everybody starts to know that this is what I do, this is how I go about it, I get a good location, like on the spot location, I think I should be able to do more. I could say lack of capital is a major underlying factor. When I have capital, adequate capital, I'll get all the machines, I'll have enough raw materials to be able to run the production of footwears and bring it down to at a subsidized rate.
Despite the uphill journey, Tkevwe says she finds joy and fulfillment in making footwear.
Making a shoe makes me very happy. When I'm making a shoe, even if I'm not eating, I don't eat all day. As far as I'm getting what I want and everything seems going in the right path, from cutting the leather to sewing to lacing and all that, makes me It's just like I'm in cloud nine.
Wow.
Yeah, like seriously. It makes me like I don't have any worries. Like as far as the job is going on smoothly and all is well, I'm good to go. Even if for more than one day.
Yeah.
As far as everything I want to do, maybe perhaps I have more orders. As far as the cuttings are going on well, the sewing I don't have issues. But I guess in the market they are available to give me what I want, because sometimes when they are sewing we have one or two issues. Like maybe their own machine too is defaulting in one way or the other. It could spoil the leather. You have to go back to the house and cut another one. So but when I don't have any issues and everything is going all smooth and sailing,
Wow.
I'm good to go. Yes, it makes me happy.
I want you to tell me, what's the lifespan of any shoe you make?
The best way to maintain your footwear is that after every wear, you don't always have to polish it all the time. But after every wear, always make sure you air it and you clean it. Then maybe over time, maybe weekends, one or two, or maybe once in a month, you always get like, I'm not saying you should dip the old shoe and maybe like washing plate, or you could get a wet sponge that has soap in it and wash the shoe, wash all the dirt, all the maybe saliva you stepped on and all that, you wash it off and then you dry them, you sun dry them. For leather, if the shoe is real leather, it's going to compact. Like maybe it's an old shoe and you've been wearing for a long time, now it has lost shape and it does not have any shape again. What you can just wash it with sponge, then clean it again with a wet damp rag, and then you dry it. It will compact kind of, and then can take shape again.
So say someone else is interested in getting into shoemaking business, what would you advise?
My advice is that you don't have to wait until you have it all. You don't have to wait until you have it, because if you want to wait till you have it all, you will not start. Because when either money is ready, the space might not be available, or when the space is available, you might not have money. But wherever it is you are, however it is you want to start, just start something. And then there's this thing about this particular trade is that you could always partner. You might not have everything you need to start up. You can always partner with those that have, and just let them understand that this is it, this is it, this is it, and then perhaps you should make it on a commission basis. Okay, I will do your shop. I might not be able, okay, don't worry, I'll be buying fuel in the generator, or don't worry, I'll be buying trade, or don't worry, you just make sure you make yourself relevant while partnering with them, and you won't have any issues. So from there, you started business already, and little by little you can start from buying the laces. That's the mode to make the shoes. Then you have laces, you save money, you buy your filing machine, you just start getting the little. You buy hammer, you buy mallets, you buy your punches and all those things. You're buying polish and all that. Before you know, when you start buying all these things, before you know, you already have the factory in your house.
Tkevwe is dedicated to this and has big plans for her shoe production business. Her dream, in a nutshell, is that you rock one of her designs soon, and she's achieving that one pair at a time.